Good morning, beautiful people, and happy Monday. This is Aquinas coming at you with my podcast of What Comes Up, Comes Out. So, I just want to say, I'm still feeling a little low today. I recall watching on social media. There was a guy, I don't know what his profession is, an athlete, maybe he was an agent, but he talked about how he had talked to his therapist and he was like, gosh, when my highs are really high, man, I love it. And I wish I could stay there. I'm paraphrasing it because I don't recall it 100%. And then he was like, when my lows are low, he was like, I'm really low. He was like, I just wish they would just be even. And one of the things he said his therapist told him was, if your mood swings or if your moods were flat, then stable, then you'd be flat. He was like, it's like a heartbeat. And I was like, oh, wow. And whoever this guy was, there were a group of men around. They were like, oh, wow, that's very profound. So I'm on here really for myself. It's very therapeutic for me to be able to get out what I'm feeling. I was preparing to go to work today, and I really didn't want to get out of bed. And I was just like, I got to be there for my team. I need to be there for my team. Get out of the house, Precious. You hadn't been out of the house, in a couple of days. Go, go, go. So I'm preparing. I'm not really talking. I'm a morning person, but I don't really care for a lot of noise in the morning. I know that's shocking considering some of y'all know me. I'm a lively individual. But I get a call from my manager about 7:18. And she's like, hey, Aquinas, due to the weather, we've decided that if you all want to stay home, then you can. I was like, oh, my God, thank you, Jesus. Ooh, I don't have to leave the house. Isn't that horrible? When did we get like this? When did I get like this? I mean, not the when. I know the pandemic happened. I was taking care of Eric. Life happened. But I was really excited I didn't have to leave the house. So then it made me think, how did you get like this? But not only that, what was I going to do when and if I left the house? And I would have just performed because that's what I'm good at doing. Giving the face that needs to be seen, suppressing, pushing down. I got a job to get done. But I'm very relieved and thankful that I get a chance to be at home. However, I will be leaving the house because I have my trainer today. And I just want to come on here and share with y'all another thing, not to be so serious. My sister told me about this oil called mango and papaya. Now, I don't really like certain fruits. I'm a texture person. I do like mango. I've never had a papaya, but I like the way this particular oil smells. It's by Cannies, Kannis. I am following them on Instagram, and it just smells really divine. What I like about it is even though it's oil, and it's made here in Georgia, okay, is that it's not super oily. You know how sometimes when you put on some products and it's oily, it has that residue. Now, don't misunderstand me. You can see, on some surfaces, the stain, but it's not so unbearable. And no, I don't have it on my face. I actually am wearing, Sierra, the entertainer, her skincare product, which I've been using since last Christmas, is called OAM, On a Mission. And it's a really good product. It's light. There's no, it's not hard or harsh. And I've gotten a lot of compliments, since I've been using her product. But I really like this. And I'm going to be honest with you. While I've been learning and journaling through this depression or trying to get out of this funk, I don't even really know how to describe it, which is really telling because not to say I'm a master of words. I am not like Tim off of Project Runway. However, I think I do a really good job expressing myself. This smell has been very relaxing to me and calming. What do you do when you're not feeling yourself or to get yourself in the mood? I actually have a candle also burning in the house. This is another company that I'm following on Instagram. And these are not ads, by the way, okay? Nobody's paying me to do this. These are products. This one is one that I just started. My sister, again, she put me on this one. God put me on. Okay, shout out Miles Minnick. That's just what came to my head. But this one, Carter LaRose, this is called Black Girl Magic. I have been buying her product for over a year. Oh my gosh, and it just smells so good. So I will burn candles. I also recently found out about weighted blankets. They help with anxiety and stress. I got mine from belts.com. It's a 12-pound blanket, and it does help me while I'm resting because sometimes I have a hard time sleeping. Not because I'm up thinking like my mind is racing. As I mentioned in yesterday's video, I have started reading books about it. Basically, it was a form of escape for me while I was caring for my ex-husband, about wolves and vampires or whatnot. But I was having a hard time falling asleep, and it would be hours, sometimes days before I could even get any sleep. And I don't really know what I was thinking other than I was overwhelmed. And I wanted to do something different. I wanted an out. So I really just wanted to come on here to chat for myself. And if I can encourage, or if I have encouraged, someone else to know that you're not alone, that what you're feeling is okay, then great, my work here is done. And even if you don't feel you're no longer bound, as I mentioned yesterday, there's this young man named Forrest who he has a Christian song. Know that if you take it moment by moment, my father, he was a recovering alcoholic. Actually, he had a substance abuse period, but he talked to me about, because I didn't meet him till I was 25, and he talked about how precious. He said it doesn't matter, what your gender is, what your race, your socioeconomic. He said when you're addicted, you're addicted, and he said it has a vice-like grip on you. He said, but when you're ready, that's when the healing can begin. I share that story so that you all know that it's not always going to be easy. I have on a red shirt because I was told I looked, nice and red. Again, I was getting ready for work, and my agents decided they want to stay at home, so I'm going to stay at home too. If they want to go to the office, I would have, braved the weather, because it's not completely horrible out here for me, but I'm going to work from home. But I share that with you all to let you know that it gets better. If you're not associated with anyone, if you don't have anyone in your village or in your circle, what you can do is you can check your local health department, because they do have resources available, counselors, and I'm sure they're still seeing people virtually. If working for you, getting out of the house is going to help you. For me, that's going to be best for me, so that I don't continue to evade or stay in or underneath that dark cloud. And everybody has a little bit of, like stress. We all have different stress levels. Some stress is good. And everybody has a equal level of depression. At least this is what I have heard from friends, and did a little bit of research online, but it gets better. I have this blonde hair. I have these colorful nails. So I know that life is in color. It's not always gray or black and white or oppressive as far as a feeling is concerned. It reminds me of a book called The Giver, by Lois Lowry, if I recall correctly. I remember reading that in middle school, and everything was in black and white, and everybody was given certain abilities. And I don't recall the young person's name, but he was given the gift of color, and he could see these different things. Just try and imagine life in color. All right, you all. It does get better. As I promised, I am going to try to talk to you all a little bit more during the week versus just one time a week. And I think it's really going to help me, like I said, get out of how I've just been feeling and holding on or suppressing whatever these thoughts and feelings are. And most of it is, like I said, a little bit of depression, not so a sense of loneliness, but not so much like I don't have people in my corner court, or I can't call anyone, but there is still a sense of I'm in this alone, and I know I'm not, but sometimes that's how it feels. So I feel like I'm rambling and I'm starting to repeat myself. And if I were talking to one of my agents, I would say, wrap it up, wrap it up, wrap it up, wrap it up. So that's what I'm going to do. I hope again that this video encourages you. If you have not liked, if you have not subscribed, please do so. You will continue to get these candid conversations from Aquinas or random chats, whichever one you prefer thinking of it as. But this podcast is called What Comes Up, Comes Out. Please have a great day. Do better than you did yesterday. Stay in the present so that your future will be greater. Y'all have a good one. Till next time. Bye, everybody.